Feeding your family a delicious, wholesome meal without breaking the bank can be a real challenge, and when it comes to quick dinners, it's tempting to reach for one of these. But they're often full of preservatives and high in salt and fat. So what if I told you you could take back control and make a curry that's richer, deeper, and 1,000 times more delicious for a fraction of the price? Under $10 to be exact. A meal made with simple, wholesome ingredients that your family will love. That's exactly what we're doing today. I perfected a recipe for an authentic, delicious Japanese curry using budget-friendly pork loin that builds an incredible depth of flavor. It's healthier, it's cheaper, and it tastes infinitely better. If you're thinking making curry from scratch sounds like a lot of work, don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly how to make it so you never have to buy one of those boxes again. This process is so straightforward and the reward is so huge, you will wonder why you ever did it any other way. So let's talk about the main ingredients. We want to maximize flavor on a minimal budget, and the star of that strategy is our protein, pork loin. I was able to find a pack on sale for $3.50 a pound, and while they can go as low as $3 a pound, I found the marbling too good to pass up. I'm going to cut these into 1-inch cubes and set aside. Next are vegetables. We are using the classic trio in a Japanese curry: onions, carrots, and potatoes. They're cheap, they're hearty, and they form the backbone of the curry's flavor and texture. We'll finally dice the onion, cut the carrots into oblique shapes so they cook evenly and look great, and cut potatoes in hearty 1.5-inch pieces. You don't want to cut the potatoes too small or they will melt away into the sauce. Make sure to leave one potato uncut. It's going to serve a greater purpose later. I also have a couple of secret weapons that take this curry from good to great. The first is an apple, which will melt away into the sauce, adding a subtle, natural sweetness and a touch of acidity that brightens everything up. Next is dark chocolate, which will add a gentle bitterness to balance the sweetness of other ingredients, and red wine for richness. Everything else are typical pantry staples like flour, Japanese curry powder, dashi stock, a bay leaf, ketchup, light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and Worcestershire sauce. The amount we're using here costs pennies. Season your pork loin pieces with salt to taste and a tablespoon of Japanese curry powder and incorporate everything well. I crafted my own concoction of curry powder, which you can pause for a moment for the list if you want to make your own. Alright, let's get cooking. Grab a Dutch oven or large pot and sear the pork on all sides on high heat until it's beautifully browned. Don't overcrowd the pan, do it in batches if you need to. Once browned, remove the pork and set it aside. In that same pot, add your finely diced onion on low to medium heat. Let it cook for a few minutes until it's soft, translucent, and just starting to brown. What I also like to do here is add a splash of water and cover the pot for a minute to let it steam and deglaze any bottom bits of the pork. Time for the veggies. Add your cut carrots and your chopped potatoes to the pot. Pour in any juices that have come from the rested pork. That's liquid gold. Stir everything together for a few minutes. Now sprinkle 1 to 2 tablespoons of flour over the vegetables and stir to coat everything evenly. This initial flour will help start the thickening process. Next, pour in a half cup of red wine for added richness, scraping up any remaining brown bits from the bottom of the pan. Let that cook for a minute to burn off the alcohol. If you don't want to use alcohol, use water or more stock. Now let's add in our main liquid, 1 liter of dashi or fish stock for a deep seafood umami. Toss in a bay leaf and about a tablespoon of curry powder. Bring it to a boil. Now return the seared pork to the pot. It's time for our flavor enhancer squad. 2 tablespoons of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, mainly for color, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. This creates a complex, savory, sweet foundation that makes the curry truly unforgettable. Stir it all together, reduce the heat to a simmer, and let that cook for about 15 minutes. Oh, but we're not done yet. Remember our secret weapons, the unused potato and apple? Grate those down and stir those in. By grating a potato directly into the simmering sauce, we release its natural starches, which creates a thick, glossy, and luxurious texture without any extra steps. It's a classic, brilliant technique that lets the other flavors shine. No roux required here. Finally, I'm taking a page out of the LeBlanc curry recipe from the Persona official cookbook and adding in about 2 tablespoons worth of dark chocolate for that slight bitterness and another level of flavor. Continue simmering for at least 15 more minutes or even longer. The longer it simmers, the more the flavors will meld and the thicker the sauce will become. If you're in a real rush, you can use cornstarch slurry to thicken it up, but patience is your best friend here. The only way to serve this is with the generous portion of hot, fluffy rice, which is perfect for soaking up every last drop of that incredible sauce. I like to make a nice bed of rice on one side of the plate and then ladle that beautiful curry right next to it. Just look at that. When you add it all up, $3.48 for the pork, another $3.56 for the vegetables, apple, and red wine, $1 worth of rice, and let's be generous and say $1 for two for all the other pantry items, we're at the $10 mark to feed a family and then some. Mission complete. The texture is velvety smooth, the sauce is incredibly rich, dark, and glossy. There's the sweetness from the onions and apple, and the complex umami from the dashi and soy sauces. The potatoes and carrots are perfectly tender, and the sauce coats every single piece of pork. The flavor is complex, savory, slightly sweet, with just a hint of warmth from the spices. It's the ultimate comfort food, and it came from your own kitchen, not a box. That's something to be proud of. So there you have it, my foolproof, budget-friendly Japanese curry from scratch. Making it yourself gives you complete control. You get to build layers of flavor that you simply cannot find in a pre-packaged product. It's cheaper, using humble pantry staples to create something truly spectacular. And most importantly, the flavor is on another level. That incredible depth you get from searing the pork, layering the sauces, and simmering it slowly is something you will never get from a store-bought mix. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It might just change the way you think about Japanese curry forever. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more budget-friendly and delicious recipes just like this one. Take care everyone.